What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So the disease in the garage, don't mind the mess in the garage. It is a disaster. I'm starting a video tonight. It's already like, I don't know, 7:30. Likelihood is I won't get a whole lot done tonight. But disease got a couple things that I need to get done with it. Hoping to get started on them at least tonight, and then finish up tomorrow, and I'll finish up the video tomorrow as well. So a couple things that I've been working with. I'm trying to find wheels and tires for this thing. These will work for now, but I need some extras for the event coming up on the 30th. I've secured some tires. Actually, technically didn't secure anything. I already had them. Some Lionheart LH4s, but they came off the wife's Speed 6 back when we had it. Bad toe alignment, we burned through 2 tires, and all-wheel drive car, you have to replace all 4, so that actually ended up working out perfect. They've been in storage for, I don't know, 2-3 years, so they look good. They should be good. I just need to find some wheels to mount them to. I was going to test fit the wheels off the Speed and use those, but this car came with keyed lug nuts, and I don't have the key for it, so trying to figure that out. I might go borrow one from a mechanic buddy Monday. It's Saturday, so I got a couple days. Cutting it real close, getting kind of sketched out. Got a lot to do and not a lot of time, and I'm having a hard time finding wheels. So back to those tires. So I've got 225/40 18s. I did try to slide these a little bit, and they were pretty grippy, which is weird. They're a 500 tread wear, which I'm hoping doesn't heat up and glaze over, but we'll see what happens. These ones are a 235, so they're going to be a little bit more grippy. They are a treadwear 480, so again, really not in the treadwear range that I would like, but I mean, it's what we got. So yeah, so there's that. A couple things I need to get done with the car. It's got a weird lope in the idle, and idle's pretty high. I believe it's got a vacuum leak somewhere. I need to track that down. Need to get this power steering reservoir mounted, because that won't pass tech, I don't think. The clutch engages really low to the floor. Almost the second you just give it just the tiniest bit from the floor, it engages, so I think it needs bled. Then there's a lot of chatter in it. I'm hoping that it's like a twin disc or something, and that's what the chatter is, but I've never actually owned a twin disc, so I don't know how bad they chatter. I was told by a lot of people my ACT 6 puck on the Speed was supposed to chatter, but it never did really, so I'm hoping that's all that is, because it's pretty bad. I think that there's something in the front end of this car that needs nut and bolted. I'm going to go over the whole front end of the car because it seems to be clattering a little bit. And then I think the hydro needs bled. So those are kind of the 3-4 things I'm going to be working on. In the meantime, trying to get that dialed while I wait to figure out my wheel and tire situation. I'm hoping I get it sorted. I think I have some more tires secured from a buddy that also has an all-wheel drive car, and he had one tire die, and so I think I got tires good to go, but I need to track down some more wheels. Worst case scenario, I'll run the wheels and tires off the Speed. But those wheels are real heavy. They're only 8.5s, I think, so a little narrower, and they've got 245/40s on them, I think. And they're a pretty grippy compound, so the Z might struggle a little bit to spin them, but worst case scenario, that's what I gotta do. So let's go ahead and get started on trying to diagnose the idle issue. That's what I'm gonna start with first. All right, so my first order of business, I was thinking, I'm gonna pull this tape off of the intakes. It looks like garbage. I'll pull the filters off, and then I have this boost leak tester that I bought from the Speed. I was kind of thinking I might hook it up to the intake, pressurize this side of the system a little bit, hit it with some soapy water, see if there's any leaks out of any of these like vacuum lines off the intake, kind of in that area, anything past the MAF, see if that's the case. I might try and clean the MAF. The mass airflow sensor's on both intakes at some point, but as of right now, I think I'm just going to check any vacuum lines that are post MAF and see if that does it. So start by pulling the filters off and pulling the tape off. Alright, so a couple things I'm noticing. It's all blown out. Too much light over there. I don't know what these lines are exactly, if anybody can tell me. But that did not seat good. It's just held on by zip ties. Just popped right off, super easy. I'd imagine this one's probably gonna be the same way. Yep, definitely not very tight, so. Those definitely could have been a leak of some sort. I'd say that very well could have done it. So I'll probably pull one of these mass airflow sensors out, see what it looks like, make sure they're clean, because I would imagine a dirty mass airflow sensor might do the same thing. Do that, get actual clamps on those two hoses, and see if that solves it. I might looking into what this is exactly and see about deleting it, because it is not hooked on good anywhere. It looks like it's thrown together with just like a bunch of rough cut pieces of hose. So need to get clamps on all that. Zip ties definitely weren't doing the trick. So yeah, I'm gonna pull this intake off as well. I'm gonna pull this tape off for now. I don't know how well it's sealing. I don't imagine that it's like absolutely necessary to have this reflective heat tape, and I would imagine I can do it significantly better. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel all that off and probably redo this at some point, but as for right now, until I get my issue fixed, just gonna leave it off. So let's do that. Just gonna separate every peel. Looks like it has like normal like HVAC aluminum tape underneath it. I'm not sure what that is exactly, but that's what it looks like. Yeah, this will increase my intake air temps a little bit, but it's pretty cold right now anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. And then maybe by summertime I'll worry about it. But as for right now, with the temperatures we're having, I don't think it's gonna be an issue at all. Alright, so that's gonna be enough of that. This is probably gonna take me to do both intakes, I guess probably another hour or two. So I am gonna put on some music and gonna plug away at this. I don't know if I'm gonna get anything else done tonight after I'm done with this. But I'm gonna finish this up, both intakes, and I will give you guys an update on where I'm at and if I do anything else tonight. So I'll see you then. Alright, so I got a little carried away without you guys. Got the car put up on some jack stands so I can get underneath the front. I was looking around. I haven't put a wrench on anything yet, but I was just kind of looking to see if there was anything loose, just kind of hand checking stuff. I didn't find anything loose, but I don't know if you can see it. That bushing is kind of blown out, and that control arm was actually the bushing had slid out of it, and this control arm was pushed all the way up against this side, so that might have been my clattering. Hopefully it'll stay. Hopefully it'll stay where it's supposed to be, and that fixed the clattering. A couple other things. So did get the intakes all unwrapped. This is literally just one intake. Wife was helping me. I think she threw away the rest of this stuff. Yeah. So we unwrapped those intakes. There's a bunch of crap on the MAF housing. Clean that up. I don't think it's fixed, but it is tons better. So there's these ports for this valve cover breather, and these were only held on with zip ties. I think I caught a video of that if I was going to adjust these and it just popped off this side. So I think that might have been part of the issue. Probably can't see in there. Let me grab a flashlight. These are kind of weird because they're not actually all the way drilled out. They're just got a little tiny hole in them. I'm not entirely sure what that's all about, why they're not fully drilled out. I might just cap them. I've seen some people put like little tiny cone filters on them, and I'm not really a big fan of that because you're filtering the oil as it's trying to release, and so it's just trapping the oil in there, and then those filters always get nasty, covered in oil, and they just seep and it's nasty. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet. I did test the car. I taped these ports up and ran it just like this, and it definitely seems to be idling better. It still idles high. It idles at like almost 1500 RPM. I was actually gonna see what it idles like now with those ports open and see if it goes back to idling like it used to. So we'll see. Gotta shut it off and restart it. So I've got this little thing where it won't rev. Can't run it for very long because I've got the garage door closed and I'm not trying to die, so that is curious though. So it almost seems to idle better. It almost seems to idle better with these ports on the intakes uncapped. It's kind of weird. So I'm kind of thinking I will probably still throw my boost leak tester on there, pressurize these up, see, well, obviously with this port covered back up, and see if there's anything leaking. Because I feel like there's definitely still some sort of vacuum leak, but it's significantly better, so I definitely think I could run an event like this. It should work out all right. So that's pretty much as far as I've made it so far. I still need to bleed the clutch and the hydro, but I'm not going to be able to do that till I have some help. So yeah, that might end up being as far as we make it tonight. I'm kind of thinking tomorrow I'm going to clean these off as best I can. Simple green was seeming to work pretty good, so I'm going to get those cleaned off. I'm probably just going to leave them just like they are, but I might throw a coat of black paint on them just because I like black, but they don't look too bad once they're cleaned up. Chrome's not the end of the world. I'm going to probably do a little bit of adjusting and reposition them because I wasn't a huge fan of the way that they sat. This one makes contact with the power steering reservoir. I did get the power steering reservoir kind of mounted. It did actually have a bracket already for it here. It just wasn't on it, so I got that mounted. The car does appear to leak some, but I don't know if it's an old leak because I've not seen anything too fresh, and it's never left a puddle underneath it. So I'm kind of thinking that it might actually be okay in terms of leaks. That's mounted. Yeah, I think besides bleeding the hydro and the clutch, which I've got to do some research on, I think that's pretty much all I'm going to be able to do tonight. I don't have a wheel key. It didn't come with one, like I said earlier. I won't be able to do anything with the wheels tonight or even tomorrow. I did find out that these are 18 by 9.75, so I'll be actually going 18 by 9.5, be a 1/4 inch narrower, which will be a little less stretch. I'm not a huge fan of the stretch on these things. It is a pretty small tire, so that makes sense why it's stretched so bad, but that just looks like a debead waiting to happen, and I really don't want it to debead. Well, I am sliding it around. So one other thing that I might try and get to is that's at full lock. Really not bad angle by any means, but I was looking at it and I'll grab the flashlight again. And there is, you might be able to see it in there. Yeah, you can't see it. Anyway, there's the old stops. So the bump stop stud was pulled out of the control arm, so that's not in the way anymore. But now the block that bumps up against that stud is hitting the control arm, and it's probably about that thick, and I could probably actually buzz it down without compromising the structure of the control arm at all, or the whole hub assembly. If I could do that, then I could actually get a decent amount more angle out of it, and it doesn't look like the wheels would contact anywhere. Before I attempt that, I'm probably going to test fit the speed wheels. Since I'm probably going to end up having to run those, I'd rather make sure that they're going to clear this way before I cut it, so that I don't have any contact issues, because I know that they're a pretty significantly different offset. At least I believe they are. The car's actually got spacers in the front, but I haven't figured out what the offset is of the wheels yet. It's looking like probably plus 10 or plus 22 is about what I want to go, somewhere in that range. And the speed is on either somewhere between plus 35s and plus 40s, but I don't really remember for sure. It's been a while since I've done much with that car. So anyway, yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. I got a little something, so let's see if I can switch this camera around. I'm just on my phone. So I picked up the MPI LZ collab steering wheel. Man, is that thing beautiful. So I'm gonna install it on the car right now. This wheel is so close to the selector switch that anytime you try to do anything, you bump the lights or the windshield wipers and stuff. So this wheel's got a little bit more depth to it. If it doesn't solve the problem, I've got a quick release hub on the way anyway. It should be here tomorrow. I don't know if a quick release hub is gonna make the wheel like too close to me, but we'll see what I can do there. So, found some wheels and tires. They're not a good offset. They actually came off another Speed 6. So, I don't know that they're really gonna work. Got the fire extinguisher mounted. It's not quite as solid as I would hope, but it is there and it shouldn't fall or come down. If it does, I'll zip tie it somewhere. So there's that. Let's go ahead and work on getting these wheels and tires mounted. shadow's kind of bad, but well, they look pretty good on the car. But as you can see, that fitment is so bad. So they fit about almost exactly like the speed wheels did. It makes sense, they came off another speed and they're the same offset. So it is what it is. They'll work for drift spares. I'm gonna bring them just like they are, and then I guess if I burn through the tires, then I'll have an extra set. And like I said, they'll work. They are 245, so it's gonna be a lot more grip, which kind of sucks considering how bad the fitment is, but it is what it is. I don't have a lot of time to figure much more out. It's the 28th, so day after tomorrow it's go time. So I've been trying to find everything, trying to track stuff down. Shipping to me right now is really bad for some reason. Amazon is like 1 week out on everything at least, and I've been scouring the used marketplaces, but I mean this is what I've been able to come up with. So it is what it is. They'll work. It's kind of ugly, but they should work. So I'm gonna throw the stock wheel back on, or at least this all XXR, and pull that back off, and we'll have them as spares. Guys, I'm gonna be completely honest. I have no idea the direction this video is going. It has been so full of just a bunch of random clips and just like pieced together everything. Not a lot of content, so I think it's just gonna end up being a little bit of a filler video. I was gonna try and add in the event to this video, but I think I ended up with enough like random content that'll end up being too long. So I'll put this video in, kind of filler content. Might end up being a little bit boring. Sorry about that, but it is what it is. And then I think I'll start fresh with the event and hopefully get some decent content for that. Currently, I'm in the middle of prep, trying to get the truck unloaded, get all my tools together. Gotta get the tires loaded, jacks loaded, all that stuff. Then I gotta get the Z on the trailer. I did a little bit of footage of this, but I did get the steering wheel all in. I actually put a quick release hub on it. The one thing I'm not sure on is, so this is where I need to sit for the pedals, but in terms of the distance the wheel is from me, it's kind of close. I don't think it's gonna be too bad. I'm leaned back just a little bit, which I think should work just fine. If I lean forward too much, then everything gets a little tight. But I think it should still work just fine. It's not too uncomfortable. There you go. Turned out good. It's a little longer, like I said, than I expected, but still should be pretty sweet. It'll make getting in and out of the car a lot easier when I load it on the trailer. So anyway, I'm gonna finish prepping, trying to get the truck unloaded and then all the new stuff loaded in it, get it cleaned out inside so it's all fresh and I can get to my tools easy. I'll dump all this footage on the computer. Hopefully I have enough, and I'll start fresh for the event, and then I'll try and get the 2 videos finished up. Gonna try and get it done tonight. Hopefully upload that tonight before I leave, and then I'll just have this video and then the event video to do. I will be leaving town, so I'll probably have to upload and edit and all that stuff for the event video out of town, but I need to get it done. So anyway, I'm gonna finish getting the truck loaded, and yeah, I will see you guys at the event later.